Kamala Harris. One of the most prominent figures in America at that time, she was the first female black woman and the first South Asian to hold the office of Vice President of the United States. But now, the ultimate question on everyone's mind is, will she become the next President of the United States? Let's start it. In 2016, Kamala Harris became the second African-American woman elected to serve in the U.S. Senate. During her tenure, she's known for her strong advocacy for social justice and civil rights.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay?
Which ultimately led to her selection as Joe Biden's running mate in the 2020 presidential election. As Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris has played an important role in shaping the direction of the Biden administration. After Joe Biden stepping down, she's the Democratic Party's pick to run for presidential candidate. After joining the race, she turned excitement among the voters. In an extraordinary show of support, over 1.1 million people contributed $100 million to her campaign within just 41 hours of Biden endorsing her. This unexpected development has revitalized the Democratic Party. Even more striking is that 62% of these donors were first-time contributors in this election, indicating a renewed wave of excitement and voter engagement.
I accept your nomination.
Remember, winning the presidency is not about getting the most votes nationwide. It's about securing enough electoral votes. Candidates need to reach 270 electoral votes to claim victory in 2024 election. This time, the focus on this upcoming election will be decided in 7 key battleground states, which are expected to play a decisive role in the final outcome and also determine who wins the election. Victory will hinge on swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona. They have a history of swinging between different political parties in various election cycles. In recent polling, we see Kamala Harris holds a 2-point lead in what would it take for her to secure that victory? Here are some key factors that could shape her path to the presidency and the strategies woman and person of color to be elected president of the United States.
Let's vote for it, and together, let us write the next great chapter in the most extraordinary story ever told.
But what would it take for her to secure that victory? Here are some key factors that could shape her path to the presidency and the strategies that could tip the scales in her favor. Strong base of support. Biden's endorsement. H factor. Focus on key issues. Race factor. Strong base of support. Kamala Harris has a loyal base, especially among African Americans, women, and progressive voters. Her advocacy for social justice, gender equality, and progressive reforms deeply connects with these groups. This support could provide the solid foundation for this election. Biden's endorsement. If President Joe Biden decides not to run for a second term and throws his full support behind Kamala Harris, could serve as a significant game changer in the race.
Your next President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
His endorsement would not only lend her the credibility and backing of the current administration, but also send a strong message of continuity and trust in her leadership. One of the biggest challenges for Democrats has been Joe Biden's age, which at 81 has frequently been a target for criticism from both political opponents and the media. However, with Kamala Harris, who at 59 is still in the prime of her political career, that issue almost entirely fades from the conversation. Her age positions her as a more dynamic and energetic candidate, allowing the Democrats to shift the narrative. Suddenly, the focus shifts to Donald Trump, who at 78 would now be seen as the older candidate in the race, reversing the age dynamic that Republicans once used against Kamala Harris's focus on key issues. Kamala Harris's focus on key issues like healthcare, climate change, criminal justice reform, and resonates deeply with a broad spectrum of voters, particularly those seeking bold, transformative leadership. By emphasizing these topics, she not only addresses the concerns of everyday Americans, but also positions herself as a forward-thinking candidate who understands the challenges of the future. Race factor. Harris has a mixed heritage. Mother is from India, and her father is Jamaican. Some Republicans have tried to use her background against her, questioning her racial identity.
Heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Same old show. The divisiveness and the disrespect. The American people deserve it.
But in this election, Kamala Harris' identity as Black and South Asian woman is a double-edged sword in American politics. While it inspires many who see themselves reflected in her,
Of the United States, I'm running to lift those voices.
it also makes her a target for those who claim she's playing identity politics. Kamala Harris' candidacy isn't just about her. It's about the shaping the future of the Democratic Party. As the party grapples with its identity, Harris could represent a bridge between its progressive and moderate wings. Her leadership could inspire a new generation of voters and activists. Her candidacy could define the party's future and shape the next chapter of American politics.
It is now our turn to do what generations before us.
What do you think? Could Kamala Harris be the next president? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth documentaries.